And welcome back, everyone. I'm on vacation, which means I have all the time in the world to do these videos without needing to pre-record. Oh, it's going to be a good week of doing nothing. That's basically what my vacations are. I don't really go anywhere. Once in a while, I'll take a trip somewhere, but I really just stay home, veg, recharge my batteries, sleep in a ton. So that's usually what I do. Hell, I might even go upstairs. It's not even 10 o'clock in the morning yet. I've been up for about an hour and a half. I might go and take a nap again a little bit because I'm on vacation. But regardless, from Azir Hussein, we still got a mission, people, and that's to talk about who would win in a fight. Ren and Stimpy versus Cow and Chicken. Mama had a chicken. Mama had a cow. Dad was proud. He didn't care how. Cow. I enjoyed Cow and Chicken. It was stupid and very much in the vein of Ren and Stimpy. But it was fun for what it was, and of course, the red devil guy. Ooh. So yeah, too. And I've definitely watched my fair share of Ren and Stimpy. I'm trying to remember that theme music. Something like that. A lot of twangy guitar. Regardless, a fight between these two pairs, that's a little tricky because they both fall into that same category of like Toon Force, which isn't true Toon Force. They're not say like the Mask, who can literally do anything. They're very much bound within some limitations of like what they can do. Like they're not tearing up the universe. They can't like just unzip the universe or something if they wanted to. They do still have limitations, but they also have a lot of leeway in that sense too. They still act in many ways like rubber hose animation characters. You can stretch them, you can bend them. Mind you, they still feel pain, and mind you, they can still be drastically injured. But they're still capable of many, many, many things in that way. There are times like when Ren seems a lot smaller than he is, capable of even like being inside someone's mouth or something like that. I remember like the adult version of Ren and Stimpy there. So it's difficult. If we were just talking about a physics to physics standpoint, a physical to physical comparison of the species, it would be cow because whatever cat Stimpy is and a Chihuahua are not taking down a full-grown cow. And she's technically not even full-grown. She's a kid. And even then, they're not taking down a calf. And they'll take down a chicken, actually, probably without too much difficulty, the two of them. But between them, they're not taking down a cow. But we can't look at it from a actual biological standpoint. We got to look at it from the cartoon standpoint. From the cartoon standpoint, that becomes a little trickier. Ren is a more hothead one, while Stimpy is the dumber one. But both have had their own exploits. They've been in space before. Ren is the much more aggressive and violent of the two of them. But that doesn't really mean he's a fighter. He's, he can definitely take care. He could definitely beat the shit out of Chicken. There's no doubt about it. But again, the issue in this fight isn't going to be Chicken. Chicken is also kind of the Ren to Cow Stimpy. And therefore, he's not really a physical brawler. Ren is a lot more violent than Chicken is, so he would actually probably tear Chicken apart. The issue is going to be Cow, who's also had the alter ego of Super Cow! And it has the physicality of a cow. So, who's been a wrestler before. I was like, how did they put it? It's like, this has bovine growth hormones in it. You cannot wrestle yesterday, a week ago, or 3 weeks. Yesterday, what was it? Yesterday, last week, or 3 years ago. Yeah. So it really, honestly, if we're talking about physicality, what they're both bringing to the table, because honestly, the level of, let's call it Toon Force, level of rubber hose Toon Force animation, we'll call it, it's kind of even between these four characters. And so I would probably say Cow's the deciding factor here, and her sheer size and bulk is just too much for Ren or Stimpy to handle together. Now, that's in a physical confrontation, and solely physical. If we're talking about who is capable of outsmarting the other, Ren, I would argue, is smarter than both chicken and cow. Unfortunately, Stimpy is dumber than chicken or cow. And honestly, maybe, that's not entirely fair to say. Stimpy is on the dumb side, but he's also relatively normal in some respects too. There's been plenty of scenarios where he's been just shown to have like average intelligence. And keep in mind, cow and chicken are also kids. They're young kids. They're in school, so they're still developing their intelligence. Like neither of them are geniuses. Chicken is relatively capable. He's a bit more street smart and a bit more just wisecracking than cow is. But otherwise, I'd say cow isn't. Cow is also not is stupid. Like I said, she's more just the Stimpy to chicken's Ren. But I would say that in terms of like sheer like not genius per se. None of these characters are geniuses. But in terms of actual level of cunning and intelligence and craftiness and a little bit of cruelty, because there's also that infamous cartoon where Ren loved to torture and hurt and maim and murder. So I would say Ren is probably the smarter of the three. He's usually smarter than Stimpy. Stimpy, despite how he's portrayed, actually isn't as dumb as he sometimes comes off to be, but he's also not super bright. And Ren generally is the smarter one between them. He's definitely a smaller one. So if we're talking about like a battle of wits or trying to outsmart the other, I would lean towards Ren and Stimpy, because Ren, I think, can make up for the lack of intelligence on Stimpy's side. And even then, Stimpy and Cow are probably relatively even in intelligence. Sometimes dopey, but not idiots. Not always idiots, anyway. And Cow isn't even really an idiot. She's just not the brains of the operation. So then between Ren and Stimpy, I would probably say Ren and Chicken, I would probably go with Ren. So if it's a battle of the wits combined with physicality, I might. See, the problem is they just can't get through Cow. They'd have to really outsmart Cow, which frankly wouldn't be that difficult to do. She is still very trusting. She is naive, but so is Chicken to a degree. Chicken's just got a little bit more common sense under his belt. It's tough again because sometimes you can't outsmart physical strength. You can't outsmart someone who's stronger than you, and Cow just completely overtakes them in terms of an actual physical stat line. So I would say overall it would probably be difficult for whoever's fighting, but Cow is kind of a tank here, and I think that tank bulldozes over Ren and Stimpy overall. So even with going into the battle of intellects and adding it into the physicality, it would make the fight a little bit more in their favor, but Cow and Chicken would still beat Ren and Stimpy, I think. This is, however, just my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.